He's 85% of the snaps. He's got to be like part linebacker.
The Bears.
When you're in a scouting room, there's going to be differences of opinion.
The Bears.
Well, you're looking at traits. And remember when he tested very, very well.
The Bears.
Greg, why are teams wrong on quarterback evaluation so up?
Number one, it's a hard position to evaluate.
Former Bears scouting director Greg Gabriel talks football live every week on the Barroom Network. Also available on demand.
Look, I think it's a good time to be a Chicago Bears fan. There's a lot to be excited about. But let me tell you something. We are past the point of excuses. If things go sour, you have used up all of the patience that Chicago has to offer.
The following program is rated TV MALV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Here we go, Barflies. Welcome to the Barfly Tailgate Show. You already know it's done by Barflies, for Barflies, and all the other Bears fans out there. Good morning, fellas. It's finally real. It all counts. It all starts here in about 3-4 hours. I hope y'all are ready to bear down because I know I am. How y'all doing? My man KB, Tooch, and C-Dub. The whole crew is here this morning, and we're fired up. What's going on, fellas?
I'm good, mate.
Hey, man, I was just sitting here listening to the intro, and I always thought about it. I think I'm going to have to take my shirt off, man. We got to get some nudity going because we ain't got no goddamn nudity in this bitch.
Not getting that here.
Oh,
I'm thinking we should call that bluff. We'll call the bluff.
We gonna call that bluff. We gonna call that goddamn bluff. I got kids out there. I don't need them seeing this and aunties and then uncles and mamas. I don't want them to think I'm starting our OnlyFans. You know. Yeah. Hey man, look, if you get me paid. But man, it's football day, baby, man. We're too excited over here, man. It's like my boy AC said, man. It all counts today, man. It's all real today. So right. We can't wait.
Yeah, I saw a video this morning of a hype video for Bears season. I wish I could remember who shared it or who created it on YouTube. But it got me so fired up. I mean, it went through Caleb Williams, then it went through the Keenan Allen trade and bringing in Swift and bringing in Rome. And, oh, my God, just so fired up ever since then. I think Matthew Fochese shared it, so he might be able to tell the chat where he was able to find it. Of course, they can find it, after the show or whatever. But we're ready to talk some Bears football and some football in general. Not really college football. I didn't really pay attention to what happened yesterday.
So
it was like slaughter, man. Upsets. Notre Dame went down to Northern Illinois.
They paid him $1.4 million to play in South Bend, and
to get that ass whooping, baby. To
Coach
get that
Hammock,
ass whooping.
man,
Hey,
Coach
look,
Hammock
I'm
is
gonna
tough,
say this.
man.
Michigan. I know,
Go
man.
ahead, KB.
Hey, man, Michigan might have lost. Looked real bad, but the Lord giveth and taketh.
Yeah,
and they took that L for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. I look, my boy. I love NIU. They hold a special place in my heart just because my high school coach, he pipelined pretty much to NIU, and one of my brothers, he went to NIU and was the impact player for NIU, and he was actually at the game. Was the only person wearing the NIU jersey and the C and Notre Dame fan. So he got a good a couple good pictures in. Had some real good feel goods going on yesterday.
Yeah.
Shout out my boy Marcus Perez,
good,
man. Shout out to the NIU West.
I think Joe Mandel was at the game, the goon. He live bet Northern Illinois money line plus 1,300 when he was at the game. He's like, Notre Dame looks like shit. I'm gonna take a stab. It was like, holy crap, I won.
Well, I was watching it with a friend. We had two TVs going, one on Kentucky and one on Notre Dame, and he was a Notre Dame fan, and both of our teams lost. And I was just like, well, crack another beer, I guess. I mean, Kentucky looked absolutely dominated on the line of scrimmage. It looked absolutely horrendous. We got Georgia next week, so it doesn't get any easier. I mean, it's falling apart. I was listening to the post-game show last night. They're calling for the coach to get fired and everything else. I mean, you know how fans are overreacting, but I just don't know. I don't know where they go from here. You know, it was embarrassing. And that's 3 in a row to South Carolina, which is a team that we passed in the hierarchy of the SEC. We had passed them, and now they've come back. So that'll be something to watch. Yeah, Matthew Fochese in here. Nebraska looked good. Penn State, Penn State almost lost. You know, they sneak out of a victory. There's college football has been crazy this year already.
I have Nebraska minus 6.5. I couldn't get that bet in fast enough versus Coach Prime. I was like, he's about to get his ass whipped. Yeah, Dominic Raiola's kid looks decent. You know, the quarterback for the Huskers.
I mean, you talk about the next, Patrick Mahomes. Then we got the next one with Caleb.
Yeah.
He looks like the next one that modeled his game in that image. So he might be the next one in 2 to 3 years when he's able to come into the draft.
Yesterday we had Iowa State. Huge. It's a huge game here. Iowa State. They gave us a great game. I love that running back on Iowa, Caleb Johnson. Man, they might look good in the Bears uniform next year.
Hold on, I was gonna say. Speaking of that, now, my boy Yo Brown out of NIU.
Yep.
I'll tell you this now. He let him walk.
Number 32, the wide receiver on the Huskies too. Man, it's a good little player. Yeah,
they are. They got some sneaky talent. But
Iowa State's got a nice wide receiver too. That Jalen Knoll. Good route runner. Got some size. Good hands.
Bellissimo says hook them. They finally come to a real conference and they're doing their thing. The Texas Longhorns.
They got a great team this year. I mean,
they'll be pushing for a natty.
Arch Manning is on the bench. You know. How stacked
and kudos to him, man, because you don't see that anywhere else in college ball. Anywhere else. I mean, Kentucky's quarterback, we got him because he was sitting behind the guy at Georgia. Now he didn't do.
Come on, give us a little college football time.
I'm sorry, JoJo. Right, I apologize. It's opening day. I apologize. We should be all Bears all day long.
Yeah.
I don't know. We all like all kinds of football. I thought everybody did. I guess JoJo doesn't, or I don't know.
The Bears did make a couple moves. They brought 2 guys up from the practice squad, Byron Cowart on the defensive line. And we had to get a long snapper because Scales is on the PUP list.
Yeah.
So Daly, I think, is the kid that's speaking of Notre Dame, he was a long snapper for Notre Dame.
They didn't have I thought Lions did it all preseason. Did they not?
I don't know what's the kid's name. I thought his name was Daly. I could be wrong. Hold on a second. I got it up here.
JoJo says Lord Watts is so quiet. Hey, Lord Watts doesn't watch college, right?
Well, no, actually, did I actually watch the Penn State game yesterday? It's whatever I can get on YouTube because I'm not paying a subscription for college football.
Yeah,
I already pay one for the NFL. So whatever's on YouTube, man, I usually catch a game now. It just so I don't look like such an idiot when I come on shows and you're all talking about a quarterback who's supposed to be really shit hot, and I'm just sat there going, I don't know what they're on about. So yeah,
set you up with the unlock Fire Stick, Chris. You get all the all the college games, everything.
Yeah,
talk to me after the show.
We'll do business, man. We'll do business.
Message me.
Penn State's got a pretty good defensive end people are looking at, but I mean, yeah, I know this isn't an NCAA show, but if you don't watch college ball, then when you draft these kids, you have no idea what you might see out of them. So I don't.
I'd have to say my first sort of concern and question is, what is the status of Sweat? Is he still sort of, is he playing? Is he not playing? I don't know.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's playing.
Montez?
Yeah, Montez Sweat. He was on. I think he
was
did
he on the injury report?
He was on it earlier this week.
Okay,
but I know they talked to him the other day, and he said that they were hungry and ready to get after it and go hunt the quarterback. So I had Aldo throw this together.
So turn your back on the wolf pack. You might wind up in a body bag.
Real?
Your cousin already said it, right, KB? He said it right here on these airwaves. He said it was like a wolf pack. So I had Aldo throw that together for us. Shout out to Aldo. That was perfect.
Some people they don't pay attention to college till off season, which is fine. I mean,
that's fine. I just
Saturdays are. I'm watching all these games, man. In and out of games and stuff. Just trying to
all day.
Love it. Yeah, college.
Bellissimo's correct here on Friday. Jalen Hurts was terrible.
I agree.
Saquon Barkley looks like a freaking steal of the offseason.
Oh my God. He looked amazing. He was their offense, bro. He was their offense.
I would have drafted him top 5 in fantasy if I had a pick like that, but
I sat there and I'm just like, man, I'm like, I get a lot of folks just like, man, that's an overpay, that's this, that's that. Bro, at the end of the day, that's Saquon Barkley. I know we got DeAndre Swift, and I'm okay with DeAndre Swift, but
the Packers didn't play that well either.
No, they didn't. Saquon Barkley is a different animal, man. And being behind a much improved O-line than what he's ever been behind, and running that ball, he was on full display, man. It was something beautiful to watch.
That was my biggest surprise of the offseason is that the Giants let him go. I mean, even when they showed him on Hard Knocks, the owner was like, I might have a tough time sleeping if he ends up with the Eagles. You know, well, I don't know how much sleep that owner has gotten since then, but Joe Shane might be out of a job soon if he don't get it together. That was crazy. We had Thursday night football. Lamar Jackson can't hit a wide open wide receiver for a game tying at the end of the game, and then goes over the line.
And then we had the ridiculous amount of penalties for linemen not lining up right.
Man, we'll have to watch that this year because that
must be something what they're must be something what they're putting like great emphasis on the referees this year. But yeah, it got a little bit ridiculous, didn't it, with the Baltimore offensive line with the amount of penalties they were given.
Yeah. This is a good question down there. How did the Bears miss Jaden Reed? Kids from Naperville, Illinois.
Yeah, he's in their backyard.
Right in the backyard. How do we miss him? Yeah, good player.
He was the guy that Adam Hogue talked about that whole offseason when they were doing their draft specials over there at CHGO. I hadn't paid much attention to him, until he started talking about him. And then I started looking him up. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this dude's nice. And then, but they do everything with him, reverses.
He's like Debo Light, Debo Samuel. He's their Debo.
DJ kind of does the same stuff though. I mean, he might not be quite as fast as Jalen, but or Jaden, but I mean, Jaden Reed's great. Yeah, we'll have to definitely keep an eye on him. We'll have to see how Malik Willis is able to hit him or not because
we got to talk
Jordan
about
Love. Jordan Love tears his MCL. He's out for a month at least.
He didn't tear it; it's a sprain.
Okay.
But still, I mean, DeAndre Hopkins has an MCL tear. He's going to be he's going to play today, but how effective is he going to be? Because when your knee's unstable as a wide receiver, that's like the worst thing.
Making cuts and stuff.
You can't cut, man. But DeAndre Hopkins, I don't think we have to worry about too much. I mean, Nook is a great player, but he's getting up there in years, and he's playing with he even said it's a lot of pain.
Right.
They're gonna shoot him up before the game.
Right.
So you get the
But
pain out.
the Titans, they had a good offseason. I mean, they added Calvin Ridley on the other side. They brought in Tyler Boyd to play the slot, who's been killing it in Cincinnati. They upgraded that offensive line. They go get Lloyd Cushenberry to play center for them. They paid him a whole lot of money. They brought in Skoronski last year, of course, to play guard, and then they bring in J.C. Latham, who apparently has been doing phenomenal this offseason.
Jordan Silvera loved him. That was his guy.
Right. They brought in a new offensive coordinator, offensive-minded head coach. Yeah. And he brings his father, Bill Callahan, to come coach the offensive lineup. So even with us fully healthy on the D-line, it's going to be a battle there in the trenches. And
the defense too, man. They brought up. Look, you got 2 All-Pro corners. Legit, they stole L'Jarius Sneed, the sign of a free agency.
Oh, that's right.
One of the stars of the Super Bowl last year. They have Chidobe Awuzie. That was one of Bearlissimo's guys. Loved him coming out.
Another Bengal.
Another Bengal. Brought him over. This is the Bengals offense they run. Then they signed the Rams top tackler, Ernest Johnson, at middle linebacker. Then they have a great defensive line, man. They have still got Jeffrey Simmons there.
He said he's going to knock the fingernail polish off of Caleb.
They drafted Tavondre Sweat, who's like 366 pounds in the middle.
Yeah, they got that guy's the D tackle from Texas.
He's a big man.
Yeah.
And then their secondary, they've got. I don't think Jamal Adams is going to play, but man, Jamal. I mean, he's not in his prime anymore, but he was. Jamal Adams was a game changer.
He's saying, but Will Levis. I will tell you, as a Kentucky fan.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to bring up there. I'm going to bring up what's your loyalty going to be like watching the Bears play against Will Levis? Because I know you've even met the guy in person. Ah, nice one, mate. Nice one. I was just surprised. So I kept thinking, oh, God, what's he going to be like here? See regarding Will Levis.
I got a signed Levis jersey. He was my second favorite quarterback in that draft. I thought he would be the second best. And he has proven pretty much that.
The kid can throw, man. He's got a good arm.
People act like he's not a good player. He was on a bad team last year that had nothing around him. We just talked about all the offseason upgrades they did.
Yep.
He's not scared of anybody. I've watched this man run dudes over. That might be his biggest flaw, is that he doesn't slide. He tries to run people over.
You got to watch him
6'5", 230.
Yep. You got to watch him on the scramble. I mean, look, there's a lot of parallels between the Bears and Titans off seasons here. They tried to put a bunch of players around Will Levis. They brought in Tony Pollard from the Cowboys, another Wildcat, right?
Yeah.
And they got Ty J. Spears there. That dude's a good ball player. And then they brought Calvin Ridley and Tyler Boyd over. Tyler Boyd, very familiar with the Bengals offensive system that Callahan's going to be running.
Well, I mean, the chat's already got on us for talking college ball. Now they're getting on us for talking Titans. I don't know what we're supposed to talk about.
Well, look, all I'm saying is you can't take the Titans. This isn't
take them lightly.
It's not going to be an easy game. I'm trying to tell you this. I wouldn't be surprised if the Titans win. I'm rooting for the Bears, but don't be surprised.
I got Titans +4.
I think +4.5 is a decent bet, man. I think this game comes down to a field goal. Again, thank God we got Poppy Santos on our side.
Yeah, yes, I mean, I just a lot of people. I don't want to. A lot of people are just grazing over this. Okay, we got the Texans next week, so we get an easy dub this week. Go into the Texans, and it's not going to be. It's not going to be that easy, fellas. I believe in what we've done this offseason and what we've built.
Yeah.
But don't overlook this Titans team.
100% agree.
I was going to say, I think the one thing we do have up on them is sort of the culture. Because obviously we've had our coaches now for a couple of years, even though we have changed offensive coordinators. And there's a new coaching staff. They'll be getting their feet. But it's always bizarre. The first game of the season, you get crazy results anyway, don't you? It's because nobody's really got any film on each other yet. So I could see it going either way. But I just think with the momentum they've got from the pre-season, the atmosphere, if Khalid can just play consistent and, he don't get hurt and he don't start, making stupid mistakes, and I think the Bears can beat the Titans. But it's like I said, I don't think the Titans are going to be a walkover at all, because it's the first game. It's like anybody's game, and it's the first game of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think it's going to be a hell of a game. I mean, I'm pumped up for the start of the season. I'm glad that we're starting it against the Titans, an AFC opponent, rather than game one. You got the Packers. Have fun with that and start off behind in your division. We get a chance to get our legs under us, get everything figured out before we have to play these divisional opponents. Now, they smashed them all in the back end of the schedule, so you go through a gauntlet. But I like the way our schedule is starting out. I think it's going to be a great game today. The weather seems to be cooperating.
Yes,
I think
it's beautiful.
Real nice.
Football weather, like 70 degrees. Sunny and 70.
So how do you reckon our offensive line is going to hold up then today?
That's one of my worries, Chris.
Yeah, because the interior of the offensive line is my worry, and I know I sort of say it quite a lot, but we haven't had the same group playing together for very long. I know it was pre-season, but even last year, a lot of players went down with injuries and such like that. So I'm just really sort of interested to see how they play. I mean, what do you reckon, guys?
Yeah, I definitely. I'm a little worried about our interior line. I know Tevin Jenkins was on the injury report last week, but I think he's good. Yeah, I am suggesting the Clash of the Titans, but I think he's good to go. I'm perfectly fine with Coleman Shelton. I mean, he's done good in the preseason. Yep. He's experienced in this offense. He knows the protection calls. I don't think they would have signed him if they didn't think he would be a good fit. I'm a little worried about Braxton Jones if he's able to hold up and anchor down and do all the things he needs to do. I'm not worried about Darnell Wright. And Nate Davis is a question mark. Ryan Bates is finally back. So if Nate Davis is messing up, they could pull him and say, go on out there, Bates. Bates is a guy that they've loved for a couple of years. They've tried to make this move a couple of years ago. So they finally are able to bring him in and
it's Coleman Shelton starting at center, right?
Yep. Yeah, and I think he's been fine, man. We haven't seen bad snaps or knock on wood, anything like that. He's got the ball there, and I think Caleb's ready for this, guys. I do. I really.
Oh, okay.
With all of these things,
that's my cue.
That's your cue.
My cue. There we go.
Okay, go ahead. Read
Since
it out loud.
1970, there have been 27 quarterbacks drafted number one. In their first start, they're 4-22-1 straight up and 7-20 against the spread.
Well, I've already told you I like the Titans +4.
No, I know. Straight up, though, too. 7-20.
But here's the deal. All those number one quarterbacks, what kind of situation were they going into?
Exactly.
You know what Tim Couch was going into in Cleveland. That was a rebuild.
Marcus Russell.
Exactly. That is not the same situation.
He lost his. I know. I'm just saying the trends favor the Titans.
Right. But I mean, this is a guy he was living in his own apartment in high school. So he was living the college life in high school. He gets to college, NIL becomes a thing. He's living the pro life in college. This is a dude who's been a professional.
He's a good kid, too.
In a sense. Yeah, and a good dude.
Yep.
He's been a professional in a sense for 5 years of his life. So it's not like it's his first time getting money. It's not like it's his first time having to put the team on his shoulders. I mean, that's what killed him at USC last year. Was his defense was so bad. He felt like he had to score every time he got the ball, which looks like USC. Not to go back to college football. I'm sorry, Barfly.
And their defense
but
is
they
good
figured out defense.
Their defense is good this year. If he had that defense last year, we wouldn't be saying this.
Hey, they pissed you off today, haven't they, AC? My God.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The chat's got me fired up. KB, what are you feeling about?
I mean, look, there's no NFL football without college football, guys.
It's true.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's just
you gotta know about the future to know about what we're gonna have, and you know what I'm saying, going forward, baby.
Chat's doing predictions already. I like this one.
44-16.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be nice.
I like the under in this game, though, man. Look, these are two good defenses, man. You're gonna see. there's two awesome cornerbacks. They're gonna be fighting. We got two good cornerbacks on our team too.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be tough sledding, man. But I think the Bears were good at the end of last season stopping the run. They turned themselves into a top defense versus the run. So I mean, if we can shut down Pollard and force Levis to throw against our decent secondary, man, I think we got a good shot of winning the game.
And he'll give you chances. That was when he was at Kentucky. That was my biggest issue with him, is he would try and force. It was a lot like Jay Cutler. He trusts his arm a little too much. He'll try to force it into a smaller window where it don't fit, and you'll come out with the ball. But is Brisker good to go? I know he's missed the whole preseason. Is he good today?
Well, thankfully, we've got good backups in the safety position. So,
right.
We haven't really seen much of Kevin Byard, former Titan. Revenge game for Byard, right?
Yeah. It's a revenge game for Nate Davis. Hell,
Nate Davis
he come out and goddamn flourish.
He's got to go one-on-one with Jeffrey Simmons. I guess if someone knows what Jeffrey Simmons is doing, he played him in practice for years. Maybe he'll know something. I don't know.
We talked about this on Bare Their Souls. They still have Harold Landry rushing the passer over, a guy that I really liked coming out. He's had double-digit sacks the past couple of years, almost 20 sacks the past 2 years. He'll be rushing from the strong side linebacker spot. And then, like I said, Jeffrey Simmons, that dude's an all-pro. He's a monster in the middle. And then the big man from Texas. We got our work cut out for us, man. We got our work cut out for us. The Bears' offensive line, like Chris said, it's a question. But if the Bears play with the intensity like they played in the preseason, we should be okay.
That's true. We were blowing teams out in the preseason. I mean, I know it's preseason, but that's all we've seen thus far. So it's hard to go off last year when you got a whole nother team this year. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how many starters have we replaced this year? I mean, just our offensive weapons, we only brought one back, which was DJ.
I had a graphic with how the roster turnovers looked, from Pace to Poles. In the last 3 years, there's barely anybody from Ryan Pace, on the roster anymore. What is it? Komet is one of them. Try to think of who some of the other ones are that are still with the team. Tevin Jenkins was a Pace pick, right?
Yeah, Pace picked him.
Yep. Jalen Johnson, Pace pick.
Yeah. As far as Pace picks, I don't know how many is left there.
There's not that many. I mean, the roster turnover hit's one thing he's done really well. Khalil Herbert's another guy. Let's see. Okay,
so Quill Wooten coming in with he's the one who predicted a big Bears win. He's predicting Austin Booker to get 2 sacks today. Hey, if Austin Booker's able to step up on the other side of Sweat, I mean that would be perfect for us. We've been searching.
Sorry, and also as well the Titans left guard's going to be a rookie, so hopefully we can make the most of that. Especially if we can get Sweat on top of him. I mean, he should rule the day with him.
Skoronski.
I think so, yeah.
I thought he was a second-year player. Is he a rookie?
Yeah, he was a rookie last year.
Rookie left tackle starting today anyway.
Yeah, J.C. Latham is a rookie at left tackle. Yep, but let's get Montez Sweat on him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, have him learn a thing or two. KB, I ain't heard from you today, brother, man. What are you watching for in this game? O-line, D-line. We've been all over the place this morning.
We definitely been all over the place. I'm here for it. I mean, to me, it all comes down to what the trenches look like on both sides, and I think that's where you're gonna see. That's where my main focus is really gonna be. Now, we just wanted to get snazzy and talk about other stuff. Then, yeah, of course, I'm gonna love to see some of these DB wide receiver interactions because, like I said, you got phenomenal receivers on both sides. You got Calvin Ridley. You got Tyler Boyd with the Titans. You know what I'm saying? I would honestly, if I was D-Hop, I would take the day off. If you got the MCL sprain or whatever the case is, man, that's gonna hamper your route running ability. You're not going to be able to break down and do everything that he's known to do because he's a route runner. Then for us, how does Rome handle some of these savvy vets, the Chidobes and the Legarius Sneeds of the world? I don't know who their safeties are, but you got that wrinkle. I know we got the guy that was the tackling phenom that they got. How does he match up against Cole Kmet? You know what I'm saying? DeAndre Sweat out the backfield. I'm excited. I'm just excited for football in general, man. I'm excited to see our Bears play. But like I said, the meat and potatoes of this is going to be your trenches. All the sides and all the fancy garnishes and shit like that is going to be this wide receiver DB interaction on both sides. So.
Yeah. I see you rocking Big Cuz this today.
Oh yeah. We doing that today. I was gonna put on the Jalen. I was gonna put on the Jalen Johnson.
JoJo says 5 sacks.
Hey man, look, they gonna put him at 3 tech. Y'all heard him, bro. Y'all heard him.
We showed he can play it. We showed he can play it.
You know what I'm saying?
He's got the quicks.
Right. Shout out to my boy. What's the name, man? Berlissimo, man.
Yeah.
Shout out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I know, like I said, I know Cuz love that shit. He's like, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. But yeah, man, like I said, I'm just excited for football, man. This week 1, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see how this team is coming together, man. We sat in this position 2 years ago. Looked at the state of the roster, and it was a lot of high hopes going on. Hey man, maybe we could skate by because of the schedule's bad. Then the next year we get DJ Moore. We on the same high pedestal, man. But this year it's a little something different that's swirling around this team, man. And we are excited to see.
It just feels like we just got a lot more depth this year, doesn't it, KB? That's the feeling I got. It feels like if the guy goes down and his backup's going to be quality, so it just gives me a bit more confidence, especially for halfway through the season we picked up a few injuries. You just feel like the drop off throughout the team's not going to be massive, like it was, especially like you said 2 years ago when Paul first took over. We were sort of playing sort of third stringers. So yeah, I mean, that's going to be really cool to sort of see this team. It's just going to be so cool to see Caleb Williams line up behind the centre to take his first ever snap. I know there's a bit of a gang going to the game. There's Aldo's going with Foster, and there's going to be Mr. Shorty. He's going with his cousin Steve. So there's a little posse going. Imagine how cool that's going to be. That you're in the stadium and you see Caleb Williams take his first snap, and hopefully he has this fantastic career. So shout out to the boys who are up and having a good time.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Anyway.
and happy birthday to Aldo. Aldo's birthday was
today.
I think it was a couple days ago, but I ain't been on.
I totally missed it.
Yeah.
How about a little scouting report on Malik Willis, AC, former Louisville Cardinal, right?
No, he played at Liberty.
Liberty, okay. I thought it was Louisville. Okay.
I mean, I thought he was okay in the draft. That was kind of a weak draft for quarterbacks. That was the year that Pickett came out. I think he was the only first round pick at quarterback. Yeah. And he, speaking of the Titans, that's where he ended up going. They tried to
they tried him before Levis,
and it didn't work out so well. Maybe he goes to Green Bay, an offensive minded head coach, and he's able to do something. I hope not, because he's a rival now. But I liked him in the draft. I thought he was fine. But hey, speaking of Berlissimo, we got a.
I know, right? What's
we got a super chat here?
A super chat.
I know.
We do
that? What's the Louisville quarterback I'm thinking of? That Malik something or?
Oh, you think of
Cunningham?
Yeah,
Malik
Cunningham.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Okay.
He went to the Patriots, and then they tried to move him to wide receiver, and I'm not sure where he's at.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
Berlissimo sends us 2 pounds. Is that 2 quid?
Mate.
Glad Cuz saw the video. Loved his play. Bear
he
down.
Loved the video, right? Right, Ryan?
Yes, he did. He definitely did. He told me to let you know he appreciated the hell out of you, bro. At least he didn't say it in them words, but he told me to tell you he appreciated it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how many.
He was glowing, man. He had a big smile on his face.
Yeah, you see when he came back, he was like,
"Yeah, yep."
I wonder if he realize how passionate Bears fans are to cut up tape. You know,
Yep.
that's a big thing. You know, it's not an easy thing to do.
Well, Bears fans are the best fans in the world. Come on, right?
Right.
Well, Don Burr would tell you otherwise, but I don't know.
FTB.
Right, goddamn Lions fans came out of the sewers randomly last year just because they had a good year. I didn't even know Lions fans existed other than Don Burr and my homeboy Larry. So
my homeboy Larry.
Who's Larry?
Hey, shout out to my boy Larry, man. He's been rocking with the Lions for a long time, man. That's a true fan.
Well, I got Lions fans in the family now. My sister-in-law is about to get married, and her fiance is a Lions fan. But his family used to live in Michigan, so that was
It won't last. It won't last, AC.
The marriage or him being a Lions fan.
We can't say that on the air now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. No.
The Bears, like I said, Bears made a couple moves. So we have the Scott Daly as a long snapper. He wasn't the guy that was snapping in preseason.
No, I thought it was a dude named Lyons. Something Lyons. Came from Duke, I believe.
That's something we got hoping the snapping today was good.
That's crazy. Like game week, you pull someone up to change all that. I mean, that affects extra.
Well, it wasn't
points.
on the practice squad, but yeah, it affects a lot. Right, exactly. Yeah. And then Byron Cowart, the defensive lineman, comes up because Zach Pickens is out. So
he was a dude that they when they talked to him on Hard Knocks, they kind of made him know, okay, we'd love to bring you back because we like what you bring. Hey, my man Cheesy cutting his hair.
Hey, man, calm down, y'all. Where's this money going? Where's the super chat going?
It's going viral and Teach can put a bet on for us.
It goes to all those weed fund.
Yes. Help the aged.
Hey man, look.
I think that's Aldo's birthday money.
Yeah, Aldo's birthday money.
We appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate the hell out of y'all. I'm shocked. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know that we could do super chats. Hell, I'm gonna 25 cents now.
Oh yeah, yep. Super
just
chats
for my
all
name
set up.
Oh my goodness,
that's awesome for sure.
Oh geez,
I completely forgot what I was saying now.
Hey, I was gonna say this real quick.
Byron Cowart on the Hard Knocks, right?
I was gonna say Hard Knocks. Yep, it was crazy to watch because they had to sit him down and let him know he wasn't coming back. Mm-hmm. And the first thing he asked was that, what could I have done? You know what I'm saying, to get what I need to get to. So that episode of Hard Knocks was real emotional, man.
I think it was the best one they had the whole offseason.
It was.
You actually saw these guys as a person, like especially when Poles had to cut that safety and he started tearing up and crying.
Thing is, though, being English, we don't get very emotional. So
calm down, man. Calm down, man. What are we doing right now, man?
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Happy birthday, Aldo. Yep, at 10-year anniversary of Bears Barroom.
All's forgiven.
I got my my Bears Barroom shirt on today.
Oh, that's old school.
10-year anniversary.
He threw it way back with that vintage T-shirt on.
Vintage tee.
That's when I first started watching, man. Wait a minute.
Go ahead, Chris. I keep cutting you off, brother. What are you trying to say?
I've completely forgotten now, mate. I might as well move on. Honestly, completely gone.
Hey man, we blaming Bellissimo for this one, bro. I know y'all got y'all friendly beef going. He was like, you know what, man? See them talking. I'm about to throw 5 pounds down, Charles. I'm gonna get Ryan get him riled up real quick, man.
There's only love and peace in this end, mate. There's only love and peace in this end. You grow and you get a bit older and you grow. That's what I've done. Sort of.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that was pretty cool. They kind of just told Coward it was a numbers thing.
That was right. I remembered. Sorry, AC. I remember now. That was right. The trouble about being English is they're very cynical. We don't get emotional. So like every time we watch like Bare Your Soul, you guys are on about how emotional you've got. I would when I watched it, I was stone faced. Didn't affect me at all.
I'm a crier, man. I got to be honest. My family laughs at me because I cry so much.
Yeah, I'm too.
My favorite movie is Forrest Gump, and every single time I watch it, when Bubba dies, I cry every time. And my whole family just look at me when that scene's on because they know it's coming. I'm like, I hate y'all.
You're just emotional like Simpson. That's all it is.
Well, Don Burr said that Dan Campbell's emotional, but I don't know.
Who cares? Fucking cares, mate. This is a Bears podcast.
Oh, that's right. This is a Bears podcast. We can't talk about nothing else.
Hey, man, Lions ain't got nothing interesting to go.
2 pounds for Chris to do a dance from Alyssa Moe.
Oh, give us the hype dance, Chris. Go.
£2 ain't enough, mate. £2
Hey, man, I got you, brother. I got you. Hold on. What's the Bob the Builder one? Wait, hey, man, we need something for our mature rating.
We need to clip that, man. We got next show. The intro.
Jesus.
It really is opening day, man. It really is.
Talk about. We're off the rails already. 1 weekend, we're off the daggone rails.
We're sure that there's mature subjects and all that.
Yeah.
So, okay, it's the start of the season.
Oh man.
So, I mean, you were talking about some of the additions. You know, we talked about the off season stuff. I mean, this might be kind of a short show. I don't know what else we could talk about because we haven't seen anything yet. You know, we saw a few snaps in the preseason, but they didn't even show us a whole lot there. You know, I loved seeing Caleb being able to get that ball to Swift on that screen pass. I know that was like week 1 of preseason, but I mean, the things I'm seeing, and I'm not going to lie to you. Y'all know I love Justin. I got his signed football back here. I loved him in the draft. You know, he was a guy that I liked a lot. But
I think.
He is starting for the Steelers today. But I am seeing things out of Caleb Williams in the preseason that I didn't see either of our last 2 quarterbacks do in their final season as our starter, which means, you know, they had the experience. He's already reading the defenses, which is incredible. You know, it goes back to what I said before about him being basically a college player in high school and then a pro player in college. He knows what he's looking at. He knows what's going on in front of him, and he's able to read and react, which is why I'm so excited about Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears as a whole. What did you say?
The chat room is on fire today, man. They're so funny.
They're
cracking me up. I can't help it, man.
It was because me and KB turned it on. That's why.
No, right, exactly. Yep. We got to get some thumbs up. Hit the like button for the twerking.
Caesar said, "Do we got predictions on Caleb's nail color today?" I think he goes classy with clear on him. He just puts a clear coat on. You know,
blue, navy and orange.
Yeah, navy and orange would be cool.
Yeah. Hello, keys. We could do some keys to the game. You know.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's fire it up.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So my keys to the game, I think we got to get the ball in DJ Moore's hands. I think he is last year he was the best player on the team, you know, and even though we've added all these weapons, I still think it's important to get the ball in his hands. They rewarded him with a big contract. They showed him, talking about Hard Knocks, he was the star of Hard Knocks. Him and Caleb were the guys that they zoned in on to be the star. I think DJ is the dude that they're going to zone in on. I mean, they used him for their schedule release. Did he get voted a captain? I know we had 8 of them.
Yes, he did.
Captains.
So
he got voted a captain first time in his career.
So I mean, this is a dude that the Bears love, and he loves being in Chicago. He even said on Hard Knocks, he's got a kid on the way, another one, and he gets captain, and he talked about staying in Chicago until he retires, maybe. I mean, it seems like a good mutual partnership. I think the key the key to the game is getting the ball in his hands, whether it's on reverses or slants or. I mean, it's going to be tough with L'Jarius Sneed. They brought him in. Who are they going to put him on? Are they going to put him on DJ? They're going to put him on Rome? Or are they going to put him on Keenan?
He'll be on DJ.
So
we have to have Jalen on Calvin.
Yeah.
Same. So we got to do the same to them, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I mean, if you want, is that your key?
Well, for the Bears to, it's going to be tough to run on that big, like J2K says, it'll be tough to run on that big defensive line of Tennessee. Our offensive line has got to get a push, But I think the screen game with DeAndre Swift is going to be key. If he can slip out, draw the defense in and hit DeAndre Swift out of the backfield, I think we'll have some success there. But my key, Caleb Williams has to outplay Will Levis, bottom line. Has to outplay Will Levis today. Whichever one of these two quarterbacks turns in the better performance, I think will be the winning. We can't turn the ball over. If we get turnovers on defense, will help us win the game. If Caleb Williams is ineffective in his first NFL start, it's going to be a long day. These are two
long week because next week you got CJ Stroud coming up.
Long week, and we're in Houston.
Yeah.
So and if Houston loses today, which they could they split with Indianapolis home and away with the Colts, and we're going into Houston, and Houston's 0-1. Shit, that's not going to be fun either, Yeah. So we have to get Swift involved in the pass, which is why I love the prop play today. Where I bet DeAndre Swift over 11.5 receiving yards. I think that's a pretty good bet.
Mm-hmm.
If DeAndre Swift is a factor in the passing game, and if DeAndre Swift DJ Moore has a big game, I think we're going to win. But this is not an easy game. I'm just saying.
No.
It would shock me if the Bears blow out Tennessee, because I don't see it happening. With the rookie quarterback, this is their first game of the season. We got there's still a lot of moving parts here, But for me, I think points are going to be hard. Points are going to be hard to come by. That's why I love the under in this game.
Is that my guy? I'm sorry, I'm looking down in the chat now.
Yeah, who's that?
Vinay Suri. That's my auntie's husband. What's up, Vinay? What's up, baby? What's up, baby? We on the net, baby.
Thanks for tuning in. Jay Grizz, another super chat here. 28-13 Titans.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to save some of these score predictions for our, that's how we end the show. Yep. But I mean, if we're gonna start throwing them out,
Hey, man,
a couple more keys to the game from the guys. Chris and
yeah, we'll get to these keys to the game, and then we'll hit our own predictions,
scores and player of the game or whatever.
That's right. Go ahead, Chris. What are your big? If Tooch left you any, what are your keys to the game?
I'm sorry.
You did a great job. You left me with a morsel of a subject to talk about. But no, I just think it's them supporting players that they've brought in this year. They've got to step up today. So the pressure isn't all on Caleb Williams. We've got to, I know it's going to be tough, like Tuke said, but if we can get a running game going, it's so much pressure off the quarterback. But it's just them wide receivers we brought in. And also, I think as well that our defensive backfield could do a lot of damage to their offense. Let's see if they're as good as they're strutting, and I hope they really are. So, but yeah, my two sort of big things is shutting their wide receivers. They've got a decent group of wide receivers. So it'd be good to see if we can shut them down, and then also if we can get pressure on Levis. But yeah, I just think the supporting cast that we brought in, this is the game that they've really got to step up to take that pressure off Kelly.
Yep.
Yeah, it's something to watch for, especially going from Getsy to Waldron, seeing how he's able to adjust his game plan mid game. That was something that Eberflus talked about when they let Getsy go. Was we need coaches who are able to adapt when his plan isn't working. Like we watched it last year. We're running all these screens against the Vikings, and it's not working. They're there, but there was nothing. It's like Getsy didn't have a plan B. So we need to watch how Shane Waldron's able to bring those plan B and maybe a plan C. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
KB, what's your key to the game here?
Man, I think it's simple. You have to keep Caleb Williams settled down and on track. I think that's number one, that's number two, and that's number three. He said he doesn't get nervous. Let's see if that's real. It's a big thing to sit there and say that you're not nervous for your first official NFL game in Chicago. You know what I'm saying, with as much pressure as he has on him. So I want to see if he continues to remain calm and collected. We gotta remember, man, winning games is about going forward, right? We have to limit the negative plays. If you get the ball in your hand, try to get north and south as fast as you can. You know what I'm saying? The East and West thing is fun to watch, but East and West doesn't get you north and south. So
right.
I think that's what my major key today is to keep Caleb moving forward and to make sure Caleb is still in that headspace of, all right, man, I can do this. That's all we need, because if we get that going, then you'll see something that we haven't seen ever from a modern day Bears team, and that's a phenomenal quarterback play the quarterbacking position.
Yeah. That's definitely something they'll have to. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. You talk about him not being nervous. The last time he was nervous, he fumbled twice. Like, hey, let's not do that, okay? we can't be handling that. But KB, if you want to go ahead and hit your give me a score prediction, a bold prediction, your MVP, most valuable Bear, and hit some shout outs, and then we'll close this thing on out. And we'll go around. I'll finish this up.
Let's get this set. I'm gonna say Bears. Woo! I'll say Bears 27, Titans 17. Of course, I'm going with a win with us starting out the gate. I know the Titans are gonna be a hard game, but I do feel we can get them to be one-dimensional. If I'm looking at both teams, I feel like we'll get them to be more one-dimensional first. I don't know how well they'll be able to run on us. I'm very confident in that front seven for the Bears, man. Big Cuz on the front on the D line, our linebackers with Edwards and what's my boy Edmonds. They float to the ball quickly, man. And you actually got Edmonds through an entire training camp. You got Edmonds through the preseason, so we're not coming in with this. All right, man, he's gonna be hurt shit. So we got Edmonds right out the gate. So, all right, man, that starts. How well do you control this defense? So I feel like we can get them to start being one-dimensional faster. I feel like them passing on us, they might get a couple big plays, but I feel like ultimately it'll be down to us being able to do what we're better at doing. And I think that's just getting the ball all around the yard. Shout-outs, man. Yeah, man, it's goddamn week one, man. Shout out to the bar room, baby. Shout out to the Barfly Tailgate Show, baby.
Right.
We out here doing it at 10 in the morning, out here in the Eastern time zone. You feel me? Like I said, man, shout out to the bar room, man. Shout out to the barkeep, man, and also the Godfather, you know what I'm saying? Aldo, you know what I'm saying? Happy belated birthday. I didn't get to send you a text message. So happy belated birthday, brother. I hope you enjoy Bears victory for your birthday weekend, man.
Hell yeah.
Everybody toast up. Y'all throw one back today, man. Get a beer. Knock it back. If you do shots, drink responsible, hit the like button, share the content, and stay on, because my boy Tooch is going to try to win y'all money. If you into that thing. You feel me? And like I said, man, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. And like I said, man, shout out to my boy Vinay, man. That's family right there. You know what I'm saying? Got my little cousins watching the show, so I had to kind of watch it when I was saying all of a sudden, because I didn't know up until just then. So shout out Vinay. Hey, man, tell Auntie I said hi. You know what I'm saying? I need to call her and get cussed out because I don't call enough. Yeah, man. Love y'all boys, man. Would rather not be anywhere else but here with y'all if we can't do it in person. You feel what I'm saying?
Love you too, brother.
Love y'all boys, man. Bear down.
Go ahead, C-Dub.
I reckon my score prediction will be the Bears 24, the Titans 21. I just think as we sort of talked about through the show, that it's just not. It could be a blowout because it's the first game of the season, but the Titans are not going to be a pushover. And basically, I suppose the obvious star player is Khalib. That's how he performs. Just to see him in a full game, it's just going to be absolutely awesome. And shout outs is obviously to you boys. It's just like proper Sundays again when we got the NFL back, and I get a chance to talk, Chicago Bears with you boys. Shout to people in the chat. You make me sure. You bring great comments, and especially for the chaps and up with the super chats. So yeah, it's just so fucking exciting, man. Week 1, I love this time of year. This is like in my football calendar. This is my favorite time of year. I'm not a great draft guy, but this is everything's fresh. It's like you're waking up on a summer's morning and you've got a bit of dew on the grass, and it's just sort of fresh, and everybody's positive, and we can do it. So I'm just really looking forward to watching this season with you guys, because it's just going to be absolutely awesome, and sharing experience with people in the chat as well. So yeah, just fucking bear down, man, and yeah, let's have it for week 1.
Hell yeah, man! I mean that's you put it perfectly there. Go ahead, Cody.
Did he give a prediction?
Oh, yeah, you got to give a prediction.
24-21 Bears, he said.
All right, man, just real quick.
Yeah.
Because apparently Tyreek Hill got arrested.
I saw that.
Dude just got it. He couldn't wait to get to the stadium, KB.
Man, what the hell, bro? So they arrested him walking into the stadium, and then was like, all right, yeah, you're cool. We're going to let you play, then we're going to arrest you afterward. What's happening? All right, man, that's all I want to say. I don't know what the hell's going on.
These NFL players, man, they out here wanting to drive 120 miles an hour and shit. Like,
he's being chased by a couple of his baby mamas.
Hey, man, look, I can't say nothing. I got pulled over on my way back to Kansas City. Not by the baby mama. Like, not that.
He's got 9 of them. He's got 9 of them.
Yeah, you just keep digging that hole, mate. Keep digging that fucking hole, man.
We're not digging no more holes. I'm going to go get the hole goddamn sealed. You hear me? October 15th. The hole is over.
I thought you was talking about the baby mamas.
He's got 9 of them, I think. Right? They have 9 kids with 9 different ladies.
Hey, I have no idea.
That. I don't know. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Right.
As long as he's paying for them, that's all good. Do whatever you want. Tooch, go ahead. Give me your score prediction, bold prediction. And,
I'm gonna say 19-17 Bears. Most valuable Bear. I'm gonna go with. I got to go with DeAndre Swift here. I think if we're gonna win, it's gonna be him. Just making some plays out of the backfield. If he's shut down, it's gonna be hard to run up the middle. I think receiving DeAndre Swift, get us there with the catches, maybe get us into the end zone. It'll be good. But Caleb Williams he's got to play well.
Yeah, for sure. And then hit your shout outs, brother.
Yeah, Aldo, I'm sorry I missed your birthday. Happy birthday, barkeeper. I'll text you later. Yeah, all you guys, great job. Chat, great job. Man, we're so funny today. But and all the person that tune into Fantasy Football Goon right after this show, hit the like button, and we'll see you next weekend.
Absolutely.
Bear down.
First week of the season, I don't think there's a ton of points scored. I think offenses are still trying to get in rhythm. So I'm going to go Bears 20, Titans 16. Actually, that's a cover. And I said I had Titans covering. Let me go 20-17 then. Yeah, because I think the Titans cover the 4-point spread.
I'm around there too. A lot of people are around that score too. I think that's a good area.
I think the MVP is going to be on the defense because, like I said, offense is still trying to get everything together. They might hit a big player too. Like I said, I think DJ Moore needs to get the ball in the end zone, but I think Kevin Byard is going to be my MVP because he came from Tennessee. Yeah. It's a revenge game. If anyone knows the tendencies, well, I guess it's all different receivers probably and a different scheme. Shit,
little new scheme, but
I mean, this is an all-pro safety. So if the ball, like I said, I've seen Levis try and fit the ball into places where it shouldn't be fit, like we saw with Cutler for years. and a safety is going to be there to do their job, especially one that was a former All-Pro. So yeah, that's my MVP. My bold prediction is that Byard gets 2 picks today, and Caleb outplays Levis at the end of the day. Shout out to the chat, man. Y'all was on fire today.
Yeah.
Especially, y'all sending them super chats. I didn't even know we could do that until today. So definitely shout out to y'all sending super chats. If y'all keep sending them in. Don Burr, if you send super chats, I promise I will get you on the show. I will.
Yep. I won't put you in a timeout again. Send us the chat money.
Hey. Since my little cousin's watching, F that, man. We're going to take that man money and keep him on the side, bro. If you want to get...
Obviously, shout out to you boys, coming on here with me, 10 o'clock in the morning. Chris, I have no idea what time it is over there, but 10 o'clock in the morning for us.
4 o'clock in the afternoon now, right?
Yeah, it's nice to me. It's like the only show I can come on where it's reasonable hours over here. Any other show, it's like start 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm the one that wins out on this show.
Do you have afternoon tea before or after the show?
After.
No tea, some Jaffa cake, some tea.
Sausage and mash, actually. How English can you get?
Right.
I don't know what any of that means.
You got to be a British Islander.
But so definitely shout out to y'all for coming on with us and hanging out and talking ball. It's the first of the year. We didn't have a whole ton to talk about, so it's kind of a shorter show. Obviously, next week we'll be back and we'll recap this one and we'll talk about Texans, Bears, and it's prime time and everyone's going to be watching. And KB, your cousin, said that's the one he's looking forward to, going back home to the Lone Star State. So that we'll definitely get all that in.
I'll tell you though, that Jordan Love injury changes the dynamic in this division now, man.
It does.
The Bears have an outside shot to win the division.
Yeah.
Increase our chances at least. I mean, the Packers we'll see what they can do. They always have good coaching staff up there, what they can do with Malik Willis, but and how fast Jordan Love can come back. But the other teams in division have harder schedules than the Bears on paper.
Right.
We have like the 5th easiest schedule in the NFL, and then but the Lions, are still the favorites to win this division. I'll give you that one time. They have a good team this year. Yep.
Yeah, they won it last year, and their biggest issue was secondary, and they addressed that in the offseason. Yep. So, on paper, as you say, Tooch, paper, they should be the favorites to win the division. But I'm saying don't sleep on the Bears and all the things that we did. I mean, I made a gentleman's bet on my other podcast that the Bears were going to win this division. So, it is what it is. If the Packers win this division, I have to wear a damn Packers jersey on the show. So let's hope the Bears have my back. I just hope my team can back me up for all the shit that I talk.
Go naked, AC. Go naked.
I mean, the Bears come out. I mean, look, we beat the 49ers with Justin Fields week 1. And they usually come out prepared for that first week. It's the preparation in the games. We have a long time to prepare for the Titans. We have extra time to prepare for the Titans. It's the other games where the preparation can be, questionable. But I mean, this is Eberflus's 3rd year now, right? And Hard Knocks gave us a good in-depth look at how Eberflus operates. And I have a little bit more confidence in Eberflus after watching Hard Knocks. He seems to be fully in control of that team. That locker room works well with polls. It's just last season we lost like 2 or 3 or 4 double-digit leads in the 4th quarter. That's still in the back of my mind. But I think
I hope that your players are there. That's a whole team. Go ahead.
They had to learn how to win.
It was all part of the process. That's all.
All part of the process, right?
It was how we was gonna get Roma Dunes and Caleb. That's all. It was a part of the process.
Yep.
We understand now. And I was just gonna say this, AC. We have a real prevalent doctor in our community. When I say our community, I mean the colored people community, Black community. His name is Dr. Umar. Okay, Dr. Umar is a mess, but he always hits people with the brother. You did what?
I think I have seen him because women will call in and he'll be like, what would you rate yourself on a scale of 1? Of course, they all say 9, and he's like,
You did what, brother? So I just had to give you that when you said that you made a bet about wearing a Packers jersey. Hopefully the dude got you back. But when you come on the pod, man, just know if something happens, we're gonna be looking at you real condescendingly.
If the Bears win the division, my Packers co-host will be wearing a Bears jersey on the stream. So it's not like it was a one-sided bet, you know. But if the Lions win, neither one of us have to do anything. So
there you go.
Keenan Allen listed as questionable. I don't know and Montez Sweat, DeMarcus Walker all listed as questionable too. I don't remember Keenan Allen popping up on the injury report. I don't know what's up with Keenan.
I think he's got a bruised heel. I think it's heels.
A heel injury?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I seen something that Adam Schefter said they're listed as questionable, but they're all expected to play.
Right.
Cool.
Right. I mean, I expect Rome Odunze to pass him by midpoint of the season, at least. You know, I mean,
I kind of like the idea of Rome.
Speed of
Rome, though.
The speed of Odunze is hard to keep up.
Put that speed in the middle of the field, try to cover him with a linebacker or a safety or your third best corner. I kind of like Rome in the slot. I know Keenan is a beast too, but I don't know. I like Rome in the slot with Keenan and DJ on the outside. But I completely forgot where I was going or what I was talking about. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the chat. Like the video, y'all. I know I looked at it earlier and there was nearly 100 people in here and there's 36 likes right now. I mean,
come on,
my man KB and my man C-Dub twerked for y'all.
I know.
Can y'all please hit the like? I mean,
come on.
Hey KB, I just feel really dirty now, don't you?
You know what I'm saying?
I feel confused now. Nobody's putting any likes.
Hey man, look, bro, we got paid. So like I said, man, like I'm just starting my OnlyFans, baby. So I don't feel dirty at all. I don't feel dirty at all.
So like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell and it'll tell you when we go live. But I'll go ahead and tell you we go live every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Regardless of when the Bears play, we're going to break down the game, what we're watching for, what we watched last week. Stay tuned after this, and the Goon's going to come in and help you set your fantasy lineup, let you know who's questionable but playing, who's out, who's in, and all those fun things. That starts at noon, right, or at 11:30? I'm not really sure. But if you hit the bell, it'll tell you when we go live. You got a White Sox show, you got a Bulls show, we don't have a Cubs show, but they don't want to go to the playoffs anyway. So I mean, it is what it is. We're about to get swept by the Yankees, so we won't get into that. But you know, we got all of Chicago covered. You know, you come on here on Friday nights, and Tooch will tell you where to put your money at to make a little extra money on your betting shows. You know, We got everything covered here at the Ballroom, which is why I love being a part of the Ballroom because we cover everything. I mean, I can come on here and talk college ball, talk pro ball. The chat might not like it, but I don't know.
We can't. I mean, we can't talk college.
I'll say good thing next week we have 2 games to talk about, you know, because God forbid if we come on here talking about college. Jesus, what's wrong with y'all?
I gave
it's
an
out, NFL podcast. Okay?
I gave out DeAndre Swift over 11.5 receiving yards, which I think is a pretty good bet today. You know, if we're not running, I think he's going to be a threat out of the backfield. That's 1 or 2 catches, 11.5 yards.
Like I said, he might get that in the first.
He might get that in the first quarter. Yeah, the first drive. So that's my top play, Leo.
Well, there you go. But until next week, we'll just leave everybody with a bear down.